Welcome back, and look who's ready for summer. It's Mike Eppel wearing a sailboat shirt. Good morning.
Is that what this is?
You thought I wouldn't notice. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is, too. Oh, sorry.
Did you not know you were wearing sailboats?
Captain Stubing blinding you with my head. Sorry.
No, I like this look today, Mike. Very fresh.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Very nice.
Just dusted it off out of the closet, said, wait a second, what's today? First day of summer.
It's
all right.
perfection, Mike.
A little bit more springtime.
No,
Yeah.
I like.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about 3-day off for Wall Street. Look at that smile. And coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, nice little bounce here that we're seeing in the early trade. Last week was just an abysmal time. And in fact, for much of this year, it has not been good for the financial markets. Anybody with RSP savings or what have you, they've been looking at their holdings go down in value. But I will say that this morning, maybe a little bit of a reset after all of the selling pressure of last week. Remember, the Wall Street benchmarks were down last week, anywhere from 4 to 5%, and the TSX was down over 6%. Yesterday, the TSX bounced by a couple of hundred points. That was good. Looks like right now we're on pace for a U.S. opening trade this morning that'll have the Dow Jones up by about 500 points. So it's a situation, Melanie, where we've seen interest rates go up, and they're going to continue to climb. Inflation go up, and it's likely going to continue to climb. How does this affect earnings? What does it mean for the economy? That's the whole question that investors are trying to figure out right now, and that's why they've been selling and maybe now buying back in just a little bit.
South of the border, this is interesting. If U.S. President Joe Biden implements this gas tax rebate or something of the sort, does our prime minister say, do we do this here?
Well, look, the U.S. is in a situation where you've got upcoming midterm elections. The U.S. president's approval ratings are south of 40% right now, and Americans are grumbling about paying $5 a gallon at a record high. And you're approaching, you're into summer now, and that's the driving season. So it's a whole confluence of events. So a lot of pressure on the Biden administration to cut the gas tax, and the U.S. president says he's considering it, and it could lead to an 18-cent reduction per gallon. Expecting a decision by week's end. The pressure potentially on the Trudeau government to follow that lead. July 1st, we'll have a gas tax cut from the Ford government here in Ontario, but do the feds have to do something more constructive or impactful, I suppose, to reduce the price of the pumps? We heard from Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland yesterday afternoon in a news conference with U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who is in town, and they were talking about, inflation is a huge problem right now for consumers. Governments are kind of being pressured to do something, and Freeland says they announced programs last week. There was nothing really new to that, mind you, but could, consider something else, but not being specific or anything of that nature.
Considering the high gas prices, a lot of people thinking, okay, EVs, maybe that's the route to go. Well, no surprise, those prices are getting hiked too.
Well, they're going up because the input cost to build an electric vehicle has gone up significantly. So we've heard from Tesla, which is raising its base prices upwards of $3,000, maybe even more dollars per vehicle. And the automakers are in tight right now because, the cost for, to put the batteries in those vehicles and the rubber prices for the tires, because that's based on a petroleum product, and on it goes. So you've got this push to get people to buy electric vehicles. The flip side is they're getting more expensive. So do you save that much on, we grumble about gas prices. Where's the savings? And that's obviously an issue that is going to be interesting to see, because we've got these mandates basically by 2030. A lot of the vehicles that'll be sold by that point have to be electric vehicles. What's the price point, and will consumers be able to afford them? I think we need to have a lower or smaller EV space size, right? These vehicles, they're basically look like today's regular vehicles, as opposed to maybe a big game change for what these cars are actually meant for.
Lots to look at. It is the future, Mike. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow on the second day of summer. How about that?
All right. It's going too quick already.
Get us a cool, nifty outfit again. All right, talk to you then.